Whitekirk in East Lothian was the venue for the very first XLtec Pro Golf Tour tournament. And for the professionals taking part, pressure was put on the organisers to start the season early. So on a wet Thursday, late March, golfers from all over Scotland rolled up to try their luck and win some money early in the season. But as you can see here, with John Gallagher from Swanston and his famous cack-handed grip teeing off up the hill on the first, conditions were, well, a little bit too grey and cloudy to continue. That meant it was all down to an 18-hole shootout on the Friday. Mark Kerr from Dalmahoy, early out on the tee, was hoping to build on what was a fantastic season for him in 2009, finishing high up in the Tartan Tour Order of Merit. It wasn't to be his day though, and he struggled round for a tie of 12th place. Still in the money though. Another East Lothian lad, Sean McAllister from Craigielaw, well, he did rather better, tying for 5th, in between sheltering behind the umbrella. John Gallagher in day 2, well, he was relying a lot on his caddy, not only for the line but to keep him dry and hopefully keep him warm. Here on the par 3 6th, a hole that was proving pretty tricky for most of the golfers, and you can see where John's tee shot ended up. The hole just under 170 yards, but John rolling up, and you needed a good recovery game if you're going to score at all today, and John did that, finishing for a tie for 5th. Back on the first tee, Greig Hutcheon, former Scottish PGA champion and 3-time winner on the Challenge Tour. Well, he didn't look to be enjoying the conditions early on. A puff of the cheeks there, and, well, after 3 holes, he was 2 over. Further out onto the course, par 4 10th, and out of bounds, a real possibility here for the golfers with their approach. And Graham Lorney there from the Paul Lawrie Foundation, another man struggling to find the greens in regulation, but luckily his short game was up to it. Back out to the 6th, and Craig Matheson from Falkirk Tryst. And he seemed to be able to cope with the conditions better than most, actually finding the green here, and that wind still blowing a gale, although the rain off for the moment. High up on the hill here at Whitekirk, and you can see Craig. Well, his putting was in fairly good order as well, just coming up short there, but that was a nice par 3, and his golf good enough to earn him a tie for 2nd place on the day. Over to the 8th, and back with Greig Hutcheon, who'd steadied himself after that, well, not an ideal start over the first 3 holes, dropping 2 shots. And with that wind, even par 3s downhill at only 150 yards can prove tricky. Just ask his playing partner, Chris Kelly from Codder. Well, Greg found the green, Chris didn't. Well, it just wasn't Chris's day. He managed to get out there, but, well, a tie for 29th was all the Codder man could manage. But back up on the green, Greg, after that tee shot, well, a tricky downhill putt, and the wind affecting even putts today. But for a man with such a good pedigree, there you go, that's what it's all about. Rolling that in for a birdie 2, and his round was getting back on track. Back onto the 6th, and Alan Lockhart from Ladybank, another man who missed the green, but another man whose short game was up to it, a fantastic little chip, and he too tied for 5th after some good solid play. Now Wallace Booth, with an esteemed amateur career, winning the world title, European title, and playing in the Walker Cup. Here on 17, going for that novelty nearest the pin prize, but, well, that went to Neil Colquhoun from Merchants, and that was a little consolation for him on what was a day to forget. Stephen Clark, however, from Carrick, well, he managed to get in the money just tied for 12th, and perhaps one to watch for the future this year. Very ambitious young man. And these two played well between them. And down on the 18th green, Wallace Booth sank this putt. He didn't know it at the time, but that was good enough to tie for second. Also in 18, well, Graham Lorney, he had this for outright second and just rolled it past. But still tying for second, a nice little earner early on in the season. But it was Greig Hutcheon from Bankery who rolled this putt in for a magnificent round of 69 to win the very first XLtec Pro Golf Tour here at Whitekirk in East Lothian. Congratulations, Greig, and congratulations to all who survived the conditions.